before I continue on my journey.
Yeah.
The Jamaica Labour Party and the Jamaican people owes you people a lot of gratitude.
Respect for that.
I am going to repeat myself. The Jamaica Labour Party and the Jamaican people owes you people a lot of gratitude. Because the energy, the time that you people are taking to bring information to the people that doesn't have the least idea what a real information is, that is different from a propaganda, that is different from a misinformation. The Jamaica Labour Party owes you people. And wherever the JLP now is now on the front line and being celebrated, it is not just done by our Prime Minister, it is also done by you people, social media.
Respect.
Who have started the message forward, who have crafted the message, who have come forward with the message and sells the party to the electorate. It's not just Michael and Holness led administration is doing. You people are is playing a fantastic role, and I commended you people on it. And the JLP government, one of these days, I know Andrew, he's a man of integrity. He's a man that listens well. His ears is on the ground, and he's going to reward you people.
Wow.
One day. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It doesn't necessarily have to be that.
Recognition.
You are going to be rewarded.
Respect. I love
that. So let's continue now on our journey.
Yeah, man.
If we should go back to 1989, I think I was around 10 years old. I remember well when Edward Seago wins the election. Because my grandmother, she always had Mr. Seago almanac inside of her house.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was Miss Enid Bennett was our member of parliament at the time. And when we lost the election in 1989, I remember my grandmother cried openly. And I remember I was sitting at the firewall, because at that time we didn't have stove or anything like that. We used to have just, wood fire, and I would sit there in my little pants in the country. And, listening. But we can't get involved in that argument because we are a child.
Right. Which country this now? Which country we are talking about now?
That is up by in St. Catherine, a place by the name of Macatree. That's where I born, that's where I grew.
Cool.
Big up to those people that are there.
Big up
that's where I born, that's where I grew.
Yes.
I can't turn my back on my country. But I think all of those people that have grown up with their whole, some of them pass on, majority of them. Because we're talking about 30 odd years now. Now, I hear my grandmother said something. So what me I go do now? Lord Jesus, PNP, come back, me I go tie my belly. Oh, sir. And I left it at that. But by growing up and going to high school, I've seen where my grandmother was right. Because I realize now, come to more senses now, that the situation that I find myself in, that's the possibility why my grandmother was saying that she has to tie her belly, because I have to walk to school. Sometimes my grandmother has to cook and give me to go to school. Sometimes we don't even have lunch money to go to school at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember one morning when she take me to school, she said, look, teacher, a PNP in a power. You don't have no money. The teacher said, yes, Miss Kara. I said, but me know.
Yeah.
Because at that time, it was very difficult for kids. I remember well, you have to rent books. And when we rent the book, we couldn't keep the book for at least 2 weeks. We have to keep it for a week and then give it back to another set of children. Those are some of the things that I have been through under the People's National Party government.
Terrible.
So Jamaica has put itself into a spot of bothers from 1989 straight up until 2007.
Question to you. As a political analyst,
Yes.
what happened in 1989 where after a good enough 80s, a decent 80s, the people decided they wanted back Manly?
All right. You have a very, I would not say, well, it's important, but I got to break it down into a more smaller version of words.
Right.
You ask a very sensible
Yeah.
and creative question. I repeat, you ask a very sensible and a creative question.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, a lot of people is not aware. The PNP did not continue power because they are the better party.
Right.
And that is the question that is the line I was going before you interject me and ask me the question.
All right,
So you're
all right.
reading my mind.
All right.
Why the PNP keeps winning from 1989? It's not that the PNP did have good policy. It's not that the PNP didn't know how to run the economy. It's not that the PNP didn't know how to stabilize the economy. It's not that they know how to bring crime down. It's not that they know how to reduce poverty. No. What has happened is that our party find ourselves in the gutter politics, and we got to face reality.
Right.
And I was having this conversation yesterday with somebody, and I was telling the person, he was saying to me, look, what you're talking, you're dead right.
Right.
Remember, I study.
Yeah.
When Edward Seago builds back the country in 1988, you know.
Right.
Remember, you know, the country builds back.
Yeah.
The economy was on track, foreign investors was coming in,
Yeah.
and all of those things was happening. He was also Minister of Finance at the time.
Right.
You know, the NIR was very much relatively up to standard.
Right.
Right? But for some reason, he have lost the election. No. That doesn't mean that if he has acted on his own, put his own self-interest aside, we will be in power back again. No. What happened is that Siaga lost the 89 election, Manley win.
Right.
I don't know what happened to Manley, so he decided to give PJ Patterson.
He got ill. That's what was said.
Got ill. Yes, I know. Yeah. He got ill. Sorry. He got ill. So he handed over to PJ. No, he didn't hand it over. There was a runoff. PJ against Porsche and PJ win.
Right.
No. So PJ come and it was nowhere. They said it's black man time now. That's why I'm saying to you, our memories must go back. The same thing that happened a couple of years ago, it is time now. Because here you have two leaders, one white and one black.
Right.
No. So the people were banking and said, look, it's black man time now, so PJ is black, fresh on the black, let's give him a chance. So they go ahead and they voted for the PNP party. They didn't vote for the PNP because they wanted the PNP. A lot of people got to know that. They voted at that time because PJ was black man and Siaga was white man. So they don't want a white man, which I think was a very stupid act to do because you can't choose color over performance. It's just reality.
PJ sold that very well, you know, and a lot of people.
And he sold it very well.
Yeah.
At that time, Edward Siaga did not see fit to step aside. He continued in 93 election, he lost it. And then he goes on to 97, he lost it.
So question, before we go there, are you saying that the moment PJ came up with the black man time now, it became such a force in the country that it was practically useless for Edward Siaga to continue to be the leader of the JLP? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I am saying.
Okay.
Because at that time, Bruce Golding was in favored to lead the JLP.
Oh.
And if you can remember very well, a lot of people were saying that Golding, it's your time now. Let two new leaders go to the battle.
Okay.
And they are saying to Edward Seago, step aside. He did not. And he lost 2 critical elections. So I want to bring you back down memory lane again, because I am near my 50s, but I have done research and I've seen things and I've read a lot. So I know what I am saying. I stand to be corrected because I'm not always right. Don't get me wrong.
Nobody's always right. Continue, my brother.
When PJ lost, when Seago lost 89 election, he went on, not 89, 93, he went on to lose 97. That is where the party find itself into a turmoil. And I don't want anybody to think that because I'm a JLP supporter, I'm going to sugarcoat things like that. I'm telling you the history, why a lot of people don't understand how the PNP managed to reap 18 years and bring disaster to Jamaica. Wow. It's not because people wanted to vote for PNP. People have to realize that our party were in much turmoil.
A lot of labor rights know that, man.
That turmoil. And if you're a JLP supporter, you must realize.
And out of that came the NDM as well, the Gang of Five and all these things.
There you go. Let's continue the journey.
Yeah.
So Bruce Golding was there, and he was saying to, quote unquote, to say to Papa Eddie, say, step aside and give me peace out, brother. Seago said no. He wanted to stay there. Remember, Edward Seago has done his time in the politics, He has built back the country. But here comes the PNP, find what you call a secret weapon at the time. Black man time. It sent the entire universe against Edward Seago. They use it against him. And he was hammered. And the Jamaican people buy into it because they are saying PJ is one of us on the soil. Let's give him a chance. Eddie is not born, doesn't born in Jamaica. He's from in the US here. So no, we are going to work with the money. But let me interject. We made a grave mistake, bro.
Let me interject real quick. To your point now. Notice PNP always do things based on time, When Manley came with better must come, That is also about time, And then PJ said black man time. And then them when they come, Portia say woman time. And then Mark Golden said time come.
Thank you. But listen this now.
Yeah.
Because I am here to educate some people.
Yeah.
Because as a JLP supporter, we must cut ourselves above the PNP. When we are reasoning, we must reason logic. We must reason precise. We must reason accurately.
Yeah.
We can't be like the other side.
True.
That we don't know our history. Because if you don't know your history as a JLP, you're not a JLP, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. So in 1995, Bruce Golding said, look, I'm going to leave the JLP party. That has now dig the JLP further into the mud. At that time, the PNP was on their IRC's riding. There was nothing to stop PJ Pattis from winning. Again, remember at that time, the country was into a spot of bother, This country into a difficult gross domestic product almost 100%. Crime is almost 800 odd. Poverty is on the rise. But PJ was still winning. Why PJ was still winning? With all those atrocities, put it this way, with all those difficult times,
and everything. Yeah, man.
Things at the time, PJ still winning. Why? Because at the time, the Jamaica Labour Party, our party was not united.
Right.
We were a turmoil party. Here comes one of our leading member, heavyweight, left the party. That and another ammunition to the PNP. Bruce Golding has resigned from the JLP, gone to form his own party. That is not something good for us at that time. And the PNP capitalized on that and went on to win the 1997 general election. with Edward Seaga still there as leader of the opposition. So there was no turning back for the PNP party, brother. Mark my word, at that time, there was no turning back for the PNP party. We
Hold
were
on
very
there.
much wounded.
Let me use this opportunity to say that in looking into the history of the party, I never really look at it that way, as to how badly Bruce's actions and Edward's refusal to remove himself, how it really, put the PNP in a position to win, even though they were destroying the country. I was never really
That's what
looking at
I'm
it that way. I
saying.
was looking at our side of it. So I like what you're doing. Go ahead, my brother.
So you're learning something as time goes by.
Yes,
Remember, I don't go to any university because my grandmother didn't have it like that to send me to University of the West Indies. She wished she could and she would have done it. Yeah. But for the little education that I have, I've taken a lot of interest to do my reading, to do my research. So when I'm reading, somebody can listen listen attentively. Now, when the NDM formed in 1995 by Bruce Golding, the PNP now were at 7% riding on their IRCs. They jumped straight to 20 because it is now become a split, evidently, that the JLP party is not united. It is going down the wrong road. And PJ could have done anything at that time. Anything.
I still win.
And still win. And I want somebody to
PJ
come and challenge me.
PJ did everything and still won.
Yes. He could have done anything to wounded Edward Seaga. Because Seaga was battered. The JLP was battered. The JLP was like a ship that sailing and the captain is just there, but where you going? Yo, me don't know where me are going, brother. Me just go. So, no amount of bad decision, no amount of wrong direction that the country is going, no amount of crime, no amount of gross domestic product, that is GDP is on the rise, crime is on the rise, foreign investors not coming in the country could have stopped PJ from winning. Because what? His opponent become weak. Weak to a point where they don't seem as an opposition anymore.
Question to you. Who was more to be blamed? Was it Bruce or Seaga?
I think Edward Seaga at the time should be blamed, because if you lost 1989 election, fine, you go on to 93, you lost it, and then you lost 2 elections there. Don't contest 3, because it is evident that the people doesn't need you anymore. And it's not like, put it this way, say they don't need you. They have taken on something that catch their eyes. Just like I am coming to Andrew Holness now. I'm getting there little by little.
Yes, man.
Because the black man time now has wounded you as the leader of the opposition. So if you have stepped aside now and give Bruce Golding the chance to lead the party, because it was evident that Bruce Golding wanted to lead the Jamaica Labour Party. That's why he go and form his NDM party.
That is it.
Right? But you didn't do that. You stopped there. So, fast forward, let's continue on the journey now. Bruce Golding go and form his own party. He carried E.K. Duncan with him. He carried Christopher Tufton with him. He carried Darrell Vaz with him. And some others. I don't remember off the top of my head. They go with him.
Right.
1997, PNP win again. PNP win again. Bruce Golding is not getting the traction in the NDM that he wanted. Not because he don't have good policies, he don't have good approach, he don't have good management, but because Jamaica does not recognize a third party for now, and I don't think when they're going to do that. So the NDM was there, Bruce was there saying that he's not going back to the JLP, because he said it on disclosure that he will not go back to the JLP. He knows that. Right. But remember, people changes and people think otherwise after, So the JLP has lost 3 consecutive elections now. PJ contest 2002 election again up on a crime rate that was over 1,000. Remember, you know, it was Peter Phillips was Minister of National Security at the time. The crime rate was over 1,000 going to 1,400.
Right.
PJ win again. PJ win again in the midst of Golden step out of the JLP, and Farm NDM Siaga was still there and lose 4 consecutive elections. That I remember Darrell Vaz well saying, I am tired of being in opposition. Remember, Pernell Charles left the party also because Pernell Charles was of the view that Edward Siaga need to step aside. Samuda was saying the same thing. That is how the Gang of Five come. So the PNP was just having a joyride. So I don't think people should be saying this. Why the PNP ruled for 18 years? Why the PNP ruled for 18 years is because our party at the time was into a turmoil, brother. And Jamaican people doesn't vote for you if you are fussing. I am telling you that once you are disunited, hell no, Jamaican people gonna vote against you. And that's why the PNP keep winning. But they didn't have the management skill to do what this present administration is doing now.
Choose Jamaica. We're on a mission to lift up our communities. Jamaica Labour Party building shared prosperity. No, we never said that it would happen overnight. Still we laid the foundation to make the future right. We pledge our hearts to uphold our part. We've been going strong and we're just getting started. A leadership who stands to the rightful path. The greener grass is here, the better choice is clear. Choose Jamaica.
During the 18 years, that was the trick about it. So they fail in that era miserable. They fail a lot. So
PNP really built to win election, you know. After that, you know, a problem, you know. I always say that on my show.
So watch this now. Let's continue the journey now. I'm gonna tell you what happened now. So after 2002, when everybody was crying out now and said to Siaga, said, look, we can't take any more, brother. You have done your best. You're a good leader. We appreciate you. We need to see what government is like. So what happened is that Golden, I don't know who talked Golden into it, but Golden has returned to the JLP in 2005. And Siaga at that time sees it fit in his own self and said, look, enough is enough. I've lost 4 consecutive elections. Because let me tell you before I continue the journey, if Siaga did not step down, we will never see Jamaica House again. And here you got to face that to reality. So here comes Bruce Golden, very bright young man, very intellectual, was telling Siaga, said, look, you need to step aside. You did not do it. So Golden returned to the Jamaica Labour Party with a brand new vision and contested the 2007 general election for the first time on a JLP ticket. PJ has retired in 2006 because PJ knows that he will not win the 2007 general election up with a Golden.
Yeah.
That's a reality.
Yeah.
Because now the black man time now is getting, the sheen is rubbing off now.
Believe, I tell you.
Yeah.
It's a new era. Golden return. Because remember, you know, at that time, you know, Bruce Golden was one of the most talked about politicians in Jamaica at that time, you know.
Yeah.
More than even PJ who was prime minister, you know. Because the people were calling for Bruce Golden to take charge of the Jamaica Labour Party. But here comes Edward Siaga not moving to give him that chance. So he finally get the chance now, and Bruce Golden has come, contest the 2007 general election and win by a thin majority, but he managed to rescue the Jamaica Labour Party out of the wilderness.
Good.
Why I say that now, because I'm getting there now, is that all the credit that our good, clean, decent, precious Prime Minister is inheriting now must be given by two people in the Jamaica Labour Party. And wherever the JLP government is now transforming Jamaica, it must be given by two people, regardless of Edward Seaga stood there for so long and never want to move. You have to give him credit. Why do I say that? Because Edward Seaga was the one who mentored Andrew Holness into politics. Edward Seaga was the one who bring Andrew Holness into politics. It was Bruce Golding who take the Jamaica Labour Party out of the wilderness for 18 long years so that the JLP can know what government is like.
I love that. I love that.
You have to give him credit for that.
Yes.
Regardless of his management and Philip saga, that is a case by its own self.
Right.
If it was not Bruce Golding, we would not see Jamaica House again.
I like that. I like that.
How does Andrew come to benefit from Bruce Golding? It was when Bruce Golding win the 2007 general election. It is the first time in 18 years Jamaica Labour Party gonna feel government. Here comes Bruce Golding met upon what they call a tough decision between a strong man and the government. Which one are gonna choose? Here comes the saga now. What has taken place in the Tivoli incursion, he has taken, because I don't have any proof of what people are saying, because I don't have any money to pay lawyers, so there are things that I don't say. I don't have proof.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but all I know that during his tenure, he has put Jamaica back on a path to success.
Right.
But for some reason, he has crumbled in the last year. I don't know whatever decision he has made, but he has crumbled and he take a decision to resign. But before he resigned, he has done Jamaica the best thing that any outgoing Prime Minister could have done. What did he do? He says to the cabinet and to the members of the JLP, look, I am resigning. Straight up. I know my reason. I gotta go. That's okay. But no man to my age. I remember well that Kenneth Bard did vex about it. No passed on. Very good health minister. But he passed on. He was vexed, saying that Andrew Holness should not become the Prime Minister or leader of the party. He didn't say it outright, but he was saying, all the folks is there. Bruce Golding said, no. No man took his age to lead the party. Which is right. Because you want young visionary leader. You want a leader with knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Fine. But you also want a young man who can chart the course. It's like a football team, brother. If you got to tell it this way, put it this way. Let me break that and show you an example. You're a coach for a football team. So you have a 35-year-old on the field, you have a 40-year-old, you have a 19-year-old, but you have 4 of the season. But the 19 is not scoring a lot of goals, but the 35-year-old will score a goal in 2 seasons. But what about the other season? You got to groom that young man. And when you groom him, he can become outstanding.
Right.
So you're not going to throw him away. So you're going to mentor him because he have age in his corner. The 35-year-old only have 2 more years. He's going home.
That is
so
it.
You're not going to spend too much time on him because you can't get a lot of benefit from that guy.
Good analogy.
So,
yeah, man.
Bruce Golding said, no man to his age. Nobody going to lead the party that is going to be in his age. He's giving Andrew Holness. Here comes the golden boy, young man from Spanish Town, went to St. Catherine High School, new to leadership. And let me tell you, I'm telling you, as a man, I admire this young man as a leader.
Yes, man.
Now, listen, Andrew Holness become leader of the party at 39 years old. I don't know if he was advised wrong or right, but he called the election. Fine, nothing wrong with that. Listen this now. People did not vote out Andrew Holness 2011 because of the JLP or the PNP. What has happened? The JLP has found itself again into a spot of bother. Remember the man at Phelps and Phillips saga?
Yes.
It was very difficult for the JLP to retain power again.
Yeah.
So here comes Andrew Holness going right in the middle, and he lost the election.
Yeah.
But what did he do? What did he do? He stayed there as a young man. He looked at his options. He looked at his areas. He looked at his management skills, and he formulated his own idea. He put his vision into perspective.
Yes.
He put his vision into reality. And he has to chart the course forward. And he went on to demoralize the PNP from getting power, put it this way, and win the 2016 general election. And from here, he went on to win the 2020 general election. And now he's on his way to win the 2025 general election.
Love it. Love it. Big up, Andrew.
Yes, what causes that? Because over the years, Andrew Holness has grown into politics.
Yeah, you can see that.
He has grown as a man. He has grown as a prime minister. He has grown as a leader.
As a
He
politician.
has grown as a people person.
Yeah, man.
And here comes what faces the JLP in the 1990s. Is now facing the PNP, the 20th century. That's what I'm trying to get into, you know.
Yeah, I know that, so man. I see that.
The PNP now is like the JLP back in the 90s. Yeah. Because the PNP now find itself into a very difficult position.
We need to talk about that for a little bit, you know, because I had a conversation earlier on. I don't know if you hear Father Paul on my show. He's another political historian, so...
Yes.
Do you believe, and I know that the PNP, they've been through that stuff with the splitting of the party coming through, Mark Gold and Lisa situation there, the leaked voice messages, them and whatever. But do you believe that coming from 2020 up to now, do you believe that they've gained some traction again, picking up from, you know, what was happening in a 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023? Do you believe that they've gained some traction, or do you believe that they're still stagnant? You can take it any way you want, but I want to throw that in as well. Go ahead and speak to that now.
Let me tell you something. The traction that the PNP has gained during 2022-23, I don't think that traction is good enough for them to win an election. That's reality.
Not even with the blood and fire comrades and the noise that we see and the campaigning and all that. None of that.
Because now that I tell you where the party is coming from, which is introduction, to where the party is now, I'm going to give you the summary now of the... Because conversation based on introduction, it's based on body, it's based on summary, and it's based on conclusion.
That is it.
So I'm in the summary segment now.
Yeah.
The traction that the PNP has gained has backfired on them because they use the IC investigation as a tool to attack Andrew Holness. It did not work for the PNP. It worked against them because the narrative that the PNP was pushing was not enough to gain political mileage to win an election because the PNP wanted to become power. PNP wanted to become government. So as a result of that, they will say anything and think that it will go down well with the Jamaican people. Because what you must know is
by the way, before you go anywhere, I don't know how long you've been listening to my show, but I want you to know that it was on the Steady Show that it was said way before the IC became an issue. That was the PNP's political strategy. But go ahead.
So what I'm saying to you is that The PNP has lost its political mileage. The PNP has lost its political speed. Because let me break for a moment. The PNP that I have known over the years is not the PNP now. Because what this present PNP is doing is attacking a government that is performing in the eyes of even the diarrhea PNP too. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
By the way, so the question is, answer this question to me. So are you saying that there is still a very active and potent resistance from the PNP that is still against this latest set of leaders of the PNP?
Very much so. Very much so. Remember, you know, listen, let me tell you something. And as I said, I don't go to university.
You're good, man.
But I'm not a stupid person. PNP was not winning election because they were doing good. PNP was winning the election because PJ was black man time.
Right.
No. If you notice, let me sit in my living room and my chair properly, because let me tell you something. If you notice that the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party is popular than the party itself, that's not a sign for the PNP to take lightly. Andrew Holness is popular than the Jamaica Labour Party. People are saying they are voting. Who are you voting for? They are not saying I'm voting JLP. Me, I vote for Andrew.
That is true.
Go around.
We fought our Manley. We fought our Michael Manley.
There you go. That's the thing that I am picking up on the ground.
Right.
And that is the thing why I am saying to you, the PNP has lost their traction. The PNP does not have enough speed. They don't have enough mileage to become government for now. Because what has happened is that Michael Andrew Holness is...
Andrew Michael Holness.
Yes, Andrew Michael Holness
Yeah.
has seen in the public as one of the greatest prime minister Jamaica has ever seen, and one of the most outstanding leader that lead the Jamaica Labour Party. And that is the reason why the PNP is having a hard time.
Which they should.
To really assume office again, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Right? So, Mark Golden, their leader, is not that marketable to match up to Andrew Holness. Mark Golden don't have the political skill to really go down to the wire with Andrew Holness.
You think Lisa, question to you, do you think Lisa Hanna would have done a better job?
I think Lisa Hanna would have done a better job. She won't win the JLP. This JLP is a different JLP now. But I think that it will be a robust competition. No, we don't have a competition because Mark Golden has not presented himself as an alternative prime minister.
True.
Remember, and because I have limited time, I could go on and tell you. But let me quickly tell you.
You have to save. You have to save knowledge for another day, you know.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Let me say this to you quickly. The PNP party has done itself one of the worst things that they could have ever done.
Yeah.
I'm not here to speak for them.
Yeah.
When you put Mark Golden as leader of the People's National Party, remember I'm not a PNP now. I'm a JLP supporter and also a Jamaican.
Yes, man.
But I can tell you, Portia Simpson Miller is loved by me. I can tell you that.
Me, they love Portia too. No problem with that.
I can tell anybody that. The type of politics that I've seen Mark Golden displaying now as a leader of our opposition, Portia Simpson Miller will never do that.
True.
Even PJ, even destructive as he is, he will have never done that.
Yeah, man.
And if you notice what I've said to somebody already, that PJ Patterson, Andrew Holness, Prime Minister, is like a PJ in one way. Why? Which way is that? He knows how to win an election.
Yes.
Andrew Holness knows how to win an election. And Mark Golden has been playing in the Prime Minister and day by day. Look at the school bus saga.
Yes,
who could have advised you as a leader of the opposition to go against something that is good for the kids? Constructive criticism is good.
But Mark Golden has come with the politics of extreme criticism and hate.
out of it.
Yeah.
Stop presenting a narrative that is not going to go down well with the Jamaican people.
True.
So as a leader, I think Mark Golding has dropped the ball. I think Mark Golding has lost it. He lost the election long before the 5th and the 6th.
But could he have done any better if he had taken another route? Because all Mark Golding can do what Peter Phillips tried, with Andrew Holness' house. So he came and he did that. But could it be that because Bunting lost, and like Mark Golding said, he never wanted to be leader. So now that he's in the position, he's just doing the very best that he can.
That is also a point to understand. I take that point too.
Okay.
Because he didn't want to be the leader. I think they forced the leader on him. Because let me tell you something. Steady, let me tell you.
No, but he bought his way into the leadership because we understand he buy it from Lisa. But
well, I don't
well, and that's what we hear. Yeah. Warmington said it on stage the other day.
Alex, we don't have any proof of that. But listen to this thing now. Mark Golding has demonstrated that he's one of the worst leaders of the opposition.
True.
How could you be a leader seeking the highest office in the country? The government goes on what you call a tour. The government is offering the Jamaican people good management. Events of importance, such as the Urban Development Center, you are not there. Things is keeping at the National Stadium that is selling the Jamaican product, you are not there. The road maintenance service that the government roll out, you speak no positivity on it. That's not good. That's not good. PJ would never do that. Portia will never do that. You choose not to commend the government and the good things that they are doing. That's not good. Thinking the Jamaican people is going to buy into that narrative. That's not good. And all of your opposition members there, sit down, seeing you doing this, and don't say to you, look, leader, we can't go about it this way. If we want to gain the trust of the people, let's go out there and show the people that we are a part of the development also. We will do better when we become government.
I like that.
But you didn't do that. You were silent, my brother.
Yes.
You were there criticizing. And while you are criticizing, you're allowing Holness and his administration to be beating you at the wicket.
Nice.
You don't know when. You don't have an idea when the Holness will strike the ball and call the election on you. He doesn't respond to your negativity. And you don't come off of that narrative. You're not a well-learned leader of the opposition.
Wow, I love that analysis.
In closing,
yeah.
When Mark Golding lose this election, he can't blame nobody. He has to blame Peter Bunting, Damian Crawford, Angela Brownberg, and himself.
I love it.
Because the way how you go about campaigning, you have caused the PNP to lose their values, and to look at the PNP party as a party with no substance.
Wow. I love that.
Portia Simsimila must regret now that she brings into politics. How could you have a general secretary going on a political platform, disrespecting a public sector worker, Miss Llewellyn, like that? You can't do that. Nobody from the JLP will do that under Andrew Holness' leadership. You can't do that. How could you be on a political platform? You have artists using the SUM mother word in your presence. Fast forward, you are on a mic, yo. How can you represent? Listen, as a leader of the opposition, you have to be marketable, brother. You have to be presentable, brother. How could you represent the country on the international side? How are you gonna do that?
What an appraisal!
No, you can't do that.
What an appraisal! As
a leader,
yes,
you have to be precise. You have to market yourself. You have to send your message. You can criticize all you want, be constructive, and be respectful. You're addressing the Prime Minister as Andrew. Who does that? Who does that? I remember when Mrs. Simsimila was leader of the opposition, Prime Minister Bruce Golding addressed her as leader of the opposition, Mr. Simpson Miller. I hear that. If you notice, when the Prime Minister addressing you, he said leader of the opposition. He didn't say, Mark, they are protocol, you got to respect. How are you going to win the election? How are you going to win the election like that?
What an appraisal! I love it.
Closing,
Yes.
I'm saying my final count on it.
Yes.
The JLP is more stronger now than they're strong in 2020. Andrew Holness is more popular now than how he was popular in 2020. The JLP party is now more organized than they organized 3 years ago. What the JLP do? The JLP use strategy.
Yes.
They go for the best of the best.
True.
The communication spokesperson, Marlon Morgan.
True.
I don't know where Andrew Holness find that guy.
But big up Marlon.
Yeah. That guy, I don't know what to say. Trust me, I just don't know what to say.
Wow.
You got to get a better person to match up with him.
Yeah.
The JLP now is hammering the PNP at the wicket. Because the PNP has done their own instructive wound, self-instructive. I'm telling you, they have scored on their own self. That's reality.
My brother, this has been a great, I call it an appraisal of Mark Golding, the PNP, and even the JLP. And I think it's very potent. And I appreciate the conversation, and I'm happy you decide to give the Steady Show a call, because this tell me says Steady Show is putting out good content to attract an analyst like yourself, you know. Much respect, my brother. Hear that?
But I didn't give me the final seed code. I want to give you the code.
Yeah, better wait for it.
I'm going to give you the seed code.
Yeah.
Based on my assessment back home, because I have quite a few people back home that I've speak to in every 63 constituency.
Yeah. Wow.
If you can recall, when I was on JPU, I was in, it was what, February, March?
I know it was months ago, man.
Should call at that time in March.
Yeah.
I wanted to listen to me good on this one.
Yeah.
If an election should call at that time in March, the JLP will win a minimum seat, a 40 seat. 40 at March.
Yeah.
After I've done further analysis and assessment of the various constituency and all of that, and do my research and looking at the polling numbers and looking at how the tide is going. Now, if an election should call now as we speak, right now, like tomorrow morning, the minimum seat the JLP will win is 41 seats. Listen me good. Minimum. Maximum will be 45. I'm just telling you based on as a JLP supporter, I can't put my personal thinking. I have to tell you what I've seen on the ground.
Oh, okay.
The minimum now, if election call tomorrow, my Andrew Holness will win minimum 41 seats. That is good enough to govern the country.
Yes, ma'am.
Maximum 45. However, there is a catch to it. There is a particular seat that is going to determine the Jamaica Labour Party going beyond 45. If that person retain her seat, it's a female, I'm coming to tell you so. If she retain her seat, the JLP will go over 45, close to 50 seats. But if she does not retain her seat, the JLP will stick at 45 seats maximum.
Interesting.
They will only lose 4.
Interesting.
So I'm going to tell you who. So that seat is like a Senate, you know, where one of the senator, the opposition senator has to vote with the government senator.
Right.
So a lot of people may not look at it this way, but when election night, they're going to say, oh, steady, that caller was right.
Yeah.
If that lady, and it's a rural MP, I'm coming to tell you, if she win that seat was a PNP seat, you know.
I wonder if you talk about Northern Trelawney.
No,
Okay. All right.
Chiefly.
For you not touch my toe for me, you're good enough.
No, two of us.
Leave two of out of this, sir.
You know what? I gotta leave that.
Leave two of out of this. Yeah.
No, the rural MP, she's a female. She's not one of those what you'll call camera member of parliament. She's more of a quiet person.
You talk about Tamika Davis.
Thank you. There you go. If Tamika Davis win Western Hanover, I can tell you here, the Jamaica Labour Party is on its way to 50 seats.
My God.
Or close to 50.
My God.
But if she lost Western Hanover, the JLP will go home with 45 seats.
Yeah.
Majority.
Yeah.
Straight up.
All right.
So, count me on that.
All right.
The Prime Minister is going there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And everywhere the Prime Minister go, the mood change. That's what you must realize. As a leader of a party going into an election, you have to have weight.
Yes.
That's the difference between Holness and Mark Golding.
Wow.
Mark Golding is not carrying the party. Mark Golding is not selling the party.
So not even the blood and fire comrade song now go sell them.
He's not selling the party. If you notice where candidates claim to be, not saying they are weak or they are strong, but they need a little pep up. Holness find itself there.
Yes.
Example, Westmoreland. Holness find itself there. He's going down to Hanover tomorrow to boost up the support for Tamika Davis.
Nice.
And I said to you again, if she win the election night, remember the JLP is going close to 50 seats. If she lose,
you think James gonna carry Western Westmoreland?
Western Westmoreland is going to retain by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Okay.
And
under James,
what's the other seat there?
Eastern
Westmoreland. I think Danny Lawrence is going to take home that seat. I think Danny Lawrence is going to take home that
marginal seat there.
Yes, I think Danny Lawrence is going to take home that seat now. Because, as I said, the candidate has a lot to do with the seat. Remember, the Dayton Campbell is a damaged goods, brother. He doesn't market himself well as a man seeking to be a member of the executive, my brother.
Yeah.
That's the thing again. Yeah. And remember, Danny Lawrence is not those camera member of parliament. Right. He's more of a silent person and work. And that's why I said I think the 3 seats in Westmoreland will go back to the JLP. We come back here, it's no challenge to Toba Hamilton over there.
Thank you. I love it.
The other seat that the Jamaican people must look out for as we as analysts is that guy Damian Young. I think he's going to take it to him now for the JLP.
You think he's going to take it from Mikhail?
Job down there.
You think he's going to take it from Mikhail?
Very much so.
Oh my goodness.
The only seat that I am...
Big up Prosperity Polly. Yeah, go ahead.
The only seat that I am looking at that I can't call as yet, and that's why I can't understand why is it that Robert Chin squandered this opportunity that he gets. Because if Robert Chin have stayed in South Manchester and bring new development in that constituency, new organization, new management, and the support with Rhoda and Hardley and all of those anyway, he would have been there today. Bunting could not have hopes of retake that seat for the PNP.
You think he's likely to? You think Bunting will overthrow Ian Ives?
I can't call it for Bunting as yet, Ives, because I'm watching it closely.
Yeah.
I see Darrell Vaz go down there, so I'm going to make a few more calls next week see what it is like. What the input of Darrell Vaz down there. What's the mood is like? Right now, it's a 50-50 chance for both parties.
I have your number now, so I will reach out to you if I need to hear anything, because I'm doing the constituency series right now, so that's the thing reach you now.
So based on what I am saying, your thing is checking up on it too.
Yes, man. So I'm literally going in there as the man who wants to know what is happening in there, so I don't know what I'm going to come up with, but I am glad. I feel proud of myself because I was able to pick up your voice, and if you never said it was February or so that you were on JPU, I wouldn't have known that it had been that long, but for some reason, I remember that your conversation was very potent, so I feel blessed that you gave me a call, my brother. You know?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yes, I'm not going to hold you any longer, you know. I don't want this to reach. I was looking at my phone versus my recorder. So I have a few minutes. I'm not taking it over 1 hour. We have much more talking to do, my brother.
All right, be safe now and big up yourself along with your family.
Much respect, my brother, and thank you for calling, all right?
Holness! Who was the champion? Hanjo! Who was the big man? Hanjo! Who run the island? Hanjo! Who got the best plan? Hanjo! Who had the champion? Hanjo! Who had the big man? Hanjo! Who run the island? Hanjo! Who got the best plan? Hanjo! Labor right, we ready now. Yes, we ready now. Ring the bell, them heavy now. Yes, we ready now. Labor right, we ready now. Yes, we ready now. Get the anthem ready now. Get the anthem ready. The river coming down, no bank to bank, it's coming down. The river coming down, no bank to bank, it's coming down. Labor right coming down, to bank, it's coming down. Brothers coming down, to bank, it's coming down. Labor